Thank you very much, Misha, for that warm introduction. It is my pleasure to be here, and I encourage everyone to stay focused and to engage in tonight's debate. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Pastor Virgil Sams for the invocation, and also the students of the Albina Lake Arch Comprehensive School Choir, who so beautifully rendered the national anthem, the national song, and the school song. It is my pleasure now to introduce to you the candidates who will be participating in tonight's debate. I welcome to the podium, firstly, Mr. Brent Davis of the Anguilla Progressive Party. Next, I welcome on stage Mr. Hubert Hughes of the Anguilla United Movement. On behalf of the ALHCS Literary and Debating Society, it is my pleasure to welcome both of you gentlemen and hope that we have an exciting and informative debate tonight. I will also like to introduce to the listening audience and to those present, students of the Albina Lake Arch Debating Society, who will also participate in fielding questions to both candidates present. These students are, and welcome them with a round of applause, please, as I call each person's name: Michelle Rumney, Raquel Hazel, Michael Matthews, and Michaela Skellicki. Let me thank you, students, for agreeing to participate in tonight's debate. On my right is Miss Aldine Trim, a teacher at the Albina Lake Arch Comprehensive School, who is acting in the capacity as timekeeper for this evening's debate. Give Ms. Trim a round of applause, please. I will now introduce to you the rules of procedure for this evening's debate. And I will ask that we do abide by those rules of procedure as much as possible. To the candidates, I ask that you direct all responses to the chair of the moderator. Each of you will have a maximum of 2 minutes to present an opening statement prior to fielding of questions. During each question, you will be given an indication of the length of time that you have to respond to each question, and we ask that you try as hard as you can to stay within those time frames. I would ask that you try as hard as you can to refrain from any personal attacks. That will not be tolerated, and therefore I ask that you refrain from doing so. You're also required to respond to each question as directly as possible, and to address the moderator and the students who will also be fielding questions respectfully. I will just briefly go over those rules again. You're required to direct all responses to the chair of the moderator. You have a maximum of 2 minutes to give an opening statement. Each of you have a minute to give a closing statement. You're required to adhere to the time limit given for each question, to refrain from any personal attacks, to answer each question as directly as possible, and to address the moderator and the students respectfully. That being said, we now call on each of you. We'll start with Mr. Brent Davis of the Angola Progressive Party to present in 2 minutes your opening statements.